Alright everybody, this is Ted from KWGPaintVeins. Got a rotor review here. So, my first impressions of the loader was this is not worth $200. Now that's what the 2012 rotors are going for. This isn't a 2012 rotor, this is a bit older rotor. But still, even when it was at its $170 price range, wherever it was still ridiculously overpriced. And I got a lot of grief about, like, bashing on the rotor a bit in some video that I had about reloading your hopper faster. The reason I didn't like it then was because the one that I had the opportunity to use just wouldn't feed at all, and the ramp wouldn't work. The spring for that ramp that, goes down, it starts up like this, and then it goes down, and, it starts down, then it moves up as paint starts going into the rotor there. I wasn't impressed that that wasn't working, and I just don't like that it's $200. It's a total rip. No loader should be $200. So I didn't get it for $200, which is why I like it. I'm not saying it's a bad loader. This is a kick-ass loader. This loader is easily the best one on the market. This and the Prophecy are the best loaders on the market, I find. But Prophecy is a better deal in my opinion because it is not overpriced. This is really you need to be a sponsored player, or you need to get this at a pawn shop for someone who hawked it so that they could buy drug money. Buy drugs. But anyway, here's the rotor. Packaging, in case you're wondering, is just a cardboard box. I mean, it's not anything elaborate, but it's still, it's very nice. Here's a loader. We're just gonna get into that. You get a quick start guide, and it comes underneath this thing here, but I got rid of mine, because you can always get it online if you need to, but it's actually so straightforward that I think you wouldn't need to unless you had a major problem with it. So, initial thoughts about the loader. It's pretty light. I mean, it's pretty cool. Everything's really sleek and sexy and cool looking and all that. Really, it's not much to say cosmetically about it. There's nothing on the outside that's too interesting. Other than that, the shape and the design is very low profile. It's very strong. It feels very solid, like a nice loader, as it should. And this is actually a trigger, in case anybody was wondering. It looks like you would push on this, but you pull it. And you'll see why when I take it out. So we're going to go into disassembling it now, because really there's nothing to go over on the outside. Just pull this tab up, and you push this button, and lift up this top portion. I gotta do this with a finger and a thumb, because I gotta point it at the camera. So, come on, top portion, bear with me here. Okay, I gotta do this, sorry. I can't do it backwards yet. I'm not that skilled. So the top portion, if you ever want to get a new color kit, these screws right here, you remove it, and this whole part will come right off, and you can get a new color kit put in. So this was the ramp I was talking about. When you put the paintballs in, it depresses all the way in, and as paintballs feed, it'll slowly start to rise and then feed all the paint right into where it needs to go. Really, it should be all the way up to like here most of the time, but sometimes, But anyway, the one I had used didn't go up. It just stayed like that, and you had to shake the loader. It was bullshit. So now to take off this next part, you pull this, and just pull it out. Really easy. So now we're into the meat and potatoes of the loader. When I turn it on, which is one touch button on the back here. Okay, so that's how that works. 3 AA batteries. I would say copper tops, energizers, or paintball batteries only. Don't use anything else. We'll take off the thing by pulling these 2 tabs out. Okay, there's the rotor cage, there's the drive cone, there's the just the the gearbox, like the gear plate and the rotor, like the gear plate and the rotor case, I guess. And then here's the gears. Now I'm not going to go into the actual gearbox, but this is the gearbox right here, and so that's what is turning all the time when you turn it on. Anyway, this is all plastic, okay? So essentially what goes on down here is you got your rotor, you got your gearbox, and you got your gear thing on the top here. And as this rotates like this, everything else rotates like that. So you use this basically mechanical advantage. You have enough gears going. You can, with not a lot of power and a lot of strength, you can get shit to move really fast if you have enough gears working for you. So let's put it back in. It's really fast breakdown. Super duper fast. Which I guess is a plus, but it's not a plus that makes it worth $200 in my mind. And that's my only complaint about the loader is its price. It's not fair. It's really stupid that they would make it $200. Just ridiculously overpriced. And I will pound that into anybody who talks to me about it, that $200 for a loader, a paintball loader, is absolutely ridiculous and overpriced. So, push that in. Mind you, I didn't pay $200 for mine, which is why I have it. I wouldn't buy it if I needed to buy it now. And put that back on, hook that little tab right there, and snap her into place. Clink, bring it down, and now we have the loader. So, my thoughts about the loader in terms of performance. Really fast. Really, really fast. It's unbelievable how fast this loader is. I can only imagine what the 2012 loaders are going to be like, but this is an extremely fast loader. The de-jamming works like a charm. It's really cool. Actually, I'm going to show you how that works. I'm sorry I didn't do that. I'm actually going to show you how this de-jamming thing works real quick. Come here. That's right. So, when you pull the trigger, if you saw the rotor spinning, you'll notice that it spins, this way, okay? Now watch what happens when I pull it. It goes backwards. So you pull the trigger and it sends the rotor in the opposite direction that it normally cycles in. Essentially what happens is if you, in the event that you got a ball jam, if you do that, it'll reverse everything and pull the jam ball out and then refeed it. If the ball broke, then you're a goner. You might as well take apart the loader and clean it real fast, put it back together, and get back to shooting. But really, this is just a quick, I fixed it way to do it. So, which is really cool add-on. It's good that they thought of that, because nothing worse than your loader jamming and then not having really any resources available to you to fix it. But in terms of performance, the loader performs exceptionally well. Really fast, like I said. Pretty durable. The only concern I have is maybe these windows right here breaking if they get shot at a certain point, but you know, you can always replace those. Everything no tools are required, so that's really great. This loader is super durable. This plastic is really thick, nice plastic. You can, I don't know, it's reminiscent of older loaders for me. Like really old Halo loaders, if you've ever seen them, the ones that still had like the nose cones on them and stuff like that pointed stuff. The plastic, it feels very similar. It's very strong. It feels like it could stand up and you hold it in your hands and you're like, yeah, this is something I could trust. Whereas other plastics is like, yeah, I feel like this will crack really easily. This is like, this feels durable and it has an elasticity point and stuff like that. So really cool, really nice loader. Definitely recommend it if you can get it used or if you can get it in a good trade or something like that, because buying these brand new is bullshit and you shouldn't do it. And I think people should just not buy rotors brand new, so that Dye gets it into their head that, okay, $200 is ridiculous and we shouldn't do that, and they can lower their price, because they need to do that. And if they did that, they would see a way larger increase in rotor sales, and it would probably end up evening out in the end. It's just more people would end up with a rotor and they'd all be happy. So anyway, that's me. Rotor's really great. It's a great loader, don't get me wrong, just not worth $200. So yeah, thanks for watching the video.